Well, good morning. That's a delightful climate. I'm running for governor in the 2010 election. I know the question will be asked, why now? Why this place? The answer is California is not a movie set, and gridlock is simply not acceptable. This is real life. This is about real people, and Californians are hurting. They have mortgages to pay, they have kids to feed, they have work to do. And a stunt like a pay cut to $6.55 an hour doesn't solve the problems that California faces. Now, I promise you this, that when I'm elected governor, no one leaves this building until there's a budget on my desk. Senate and Assembly leaders will be in my office every single day. We'll hammer it out. Egos will be bruised, and they'll be shouting and screaming, and there'll probably be some insults. But by God, no one leaves. No one goes on vacation until the work is done. Now, my dad had it right when I grew up on the ranch. And he said this, he said, you don't leave the work until the fence is fixed. We can't have cattle in the highway. Now, I pledge to you this, that to all Californians, that when I'm elected governor, this state, there will not be one moment lost in the hard work to get the job done. The fence will be fixed, and the cattle will not be on the highway. Yes, it's hard work. Yes, it's hard work. But I'll tell you this, the pay is far more than $6.55 an hour, and it's time that that money be earned. It's time for a governor who's a workhorse, that's willing to put in the long, hard hours of negotiations, of working hard at the table until the task is completed. This week, I've had the great pleasure to work throughout the state of California. I was in San Diego, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Sacramento, Lake Tahoe, Truckee, and even one day at the ranch with these grandchildren. I've seen the awesome potential of this state just in these last 5 days. In 1994, when I ran once before for governor, I worked in 100 different jobs in every county in the state of California. And I learned the potential. I learned the hard work that's being done out there. And I know the problems. In the years that I've been in public service, I know what's going on, whether it's water, transportation, education, healthcare, economic growth, climate change. I've worked these problems. And yes, it's true here in California, we have challenges. But as others have said, with leadership, everything that's wrong in California can be fixed by all that is right in California. I have a vision for this state. I have a vision about what we must do and how we can solve it and how we can achieve it. And here's what we must do. First, we must revive California's economic engine, and there are 5 steps to accomplish that. 1, restore our education system to the best in the nation so that we have highly skilled workers and professionals that are needed to compete in the international competition. Then we must advance and promote research at our universities. This will allow new ideas and innovation to fuel our economic growth. We have to redirect our transportation systems towards mass transportation and advance and promote international trade and unshackle the innovation of our entrepreneurs and venture capitalists. The second thing we must do is to create a universal healthcare system based on a single-payer model. The third task is to accelerate our efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by transitioning from a petroleum-based economy to a renewable-based energy economy. And we can do that. Fourth, we have to adapt to the critical water and infrastructure systems, to the reality of our evolving world and the effects of climate change on our precious California ecosystems. Fifth, we must provide the care and support for those in our community who are dependent upon us, the sick, the aged, the blind, the disabled. We cannot forget those who are troubled and homeless in our society. The sixth task is to protect and preserve our natural resources so that they will sustain us as our population continues to grow. And seventh, perhaps the most difficult of all these tasks, is the modernization of our governmental systems to address the reality of 38, 40, 50 million people in our state, the interconnected cities, and the unfortunately dysfunctional state government. Is this an ambitious plan? You bet it is. But every single one of these things must be done, and we cannot delay. If we are to pass on the greatness of the state of California that each and every one of us inherited from our families, from our parents, then we must do these things if we're to pass that on to the next generation and the generations to come. This is something that we cannot fail. And I know from the experience that I've had in the many, many years in public policy, here in California, in Washington, D.C., and in the countries around the world, that we will succeed. We are, after all, Californians, and this is the Golden State, and this is the place that people came from around the world to find hope, to find opportunity, and to make their mark, and to match our mountains. 2010, I'll be there on the June ballot, and I will work every single day to accomplish these goals in the intervening days and months, and to win that election in the primary of 2010. Thank you very much for being here, and to Californians out there, thank you so very, very much for the wonderful opportunity you've given to Patty and I to serve you here in California and across the nation and around the world. Thank you very much.